Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on out there today? It is Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Another episode of What's the Right Shot, number 364. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, in the comments and or the chat area, whatever is showing up there for you, let me know what's on your tennis and or workout schedule today. Would love to know. Um, for me, I've already been in the gym for a little bit. Like to do a little kind of a 30-minute gym workout before I play tennis. I got a good practice session. Excuse me, a little on the nasally side so far. Got a good tennis schedule, practice schedule this morning. Scheduled with a big O on the grass courts here at Mission Hills, but I do like to get it in the gym, in the garage, and I keep. Today's the day. Going to do a little video in the gym, show you what I do. But would love to know down below what's on your tennis/workout schedule today. So today we're to look at a half volley. We're featuring the one and only Paul Wolf again, only because he keeps showing us all the good stuff, and so I think he's a good model for us to copy, learn, and copy from. And Major Dan, cardio, lifted, walked the dogs, ready to start the day. Attaboy. Well done. Well done. So we're going to look at a half volley from Paul today, and I want to just kind of give you an idea, a couple ideas of, how to play this shot where you're not feeling kind of stressed, whether it's, serve and volley, or maybe it's chip and charge behind a return to serve, or maybe it's a simple approach shot where you're just kind of a little freaked out that, you're going to have to play a ball from back behind the service line. And that is kind of the deal with a half volley, right? But I want you to think a little bit differently about it. An email I wrote this morning announcing or giving you a link to get to this episode of What's the Right Shot is I just said, for me, when I was a kid, I played a lot of baseball. I didn't play a lot of tennis, right? I mean, I played a lot of baseball as a kid, and I played infield, and it just became natural or sort of instinctive for me to be able to kind of play that short hop by just absorbing it, right? Not fighting it, but just kind of absorbing it. And when I went to get some work done with Tom Stowe back in the early 80s, when I really got the real deal coaching from Tom Stowe, he knew I played a lot of baseball as a kid, hadn't played a lot of tennis. And he just said, look, this half volley, this transitional half volley, or maybe you're back on the baseline, and rather than backing up and giving away court position on a deep incoming ball, let's think about the half volley as you're just absorbing it. You're just allowing that short hop to come up into your glove as you would in baseball, or coming into your string bed in tennis. And for me, it just instantly clicked as to how to play the half volley. And so we're gonna kind of pick at Paul's a little bit today. Look at what he does specifically on a backhand half volley, and then hopefully if you got any questions, or hopefully that'll be helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments area, or you can always shoot me an email. Brent@webtennis.com. There's the great lefty, Rich Crinks, recent silver ball winner. Rich, congratulations, man. That's I know that's your first ball. It's a big deal. And all I can tell you is don't be satisfied. Don't be satisfied winning that first ball. It doesn't matter what it is, right? I mean, just stay hungry. Just stay hungry and just keep working and keep going. And you never know. A lot of that's just showing up at tournament after tournament after tournament. And I'm not saying that your goal, anyone out there, is to win a national ball, either a bronze, a silver, or a gold. I'm not saying that that's what you've got to be doing as a goal, but you got to have, I think, something out there that keeps you not satisfied, right? You've gotten some kind of accomplishment, and yet I think that's kind of a mistake that I made. Is, I mean, my first ball was a gold ball in the 35 and over hard courts doubles in 1984. And I didn't win another ball for 20, shouldn't say another ball. didn't win another gold for another 25 years. And I got a little complacent. I just thought, well, this is going to be my one shot, and that's going to be it. I think I'd won a few bronzes or maybe a silver in those 25 years, but I don't know. I just think that you just got to keep working, just got to keep going. And one silver, not enough. Attaboy, Rich. All right, guys, let's get into what I've got for you today. And it's a tricky backhand volley, but I want you to be thinking that it's not tricky, that it's really kind of doable. And I'm going to show you some technique here. First thing is that before we get into the technique of this backhand half volley pickup is, the afternoons I do go live. I've got a show every afternoon, 2:30 Pacific time zone, 5:30 in the East Coast. And it's a little tough love. I got to tell you, I mean, I'm trying to share some stories of the mistakes that I made with the mental part of the game. A lot of it was just being in denial that I really had to actually do something with it. And so, but one of the big mistakes that I used to make is something that held me back. And I'm going to talk about that today at 2:30 in the afternoon Pacific time zone. So it's on YouTube. It'll be streamed to YouTube, Facebook, and also if you're over on Twitter, now known as X, you can watch it there. There'll also be a replay too as well. But this may have been one of the biggest things that really held me back for a long time. And once I got over that, over the last 15 months, I'm just a different player. It's been the missing piece for me. But I'm gonna tell you exactly what that mistake was this afternoon at 2:30. And look, here's the other deal too, is I want you guys to really, really believe that fitness in general is absolutely a necessity for confidence. It's a huge necessity, but we've got to really kind of niche it down to what is tennis specific fitness. And so it's one of the 5 gotta haves, I think, of any kind of any player that wants to become better. And this is a big one. So if you have any questions about it, just shoot me an email, Brent@WebTennis.com. I am putting together a course, very short course, nominal fee, unless you're an all courts lesson, an all lessons package, all court, back to the all court forcing game, an all lessons package student. You of course get this at no charge, but it's gonna be a nominal fee, not much. And I want to help you guys at least show you what I do, and then let you maybe design your own fitness, your own tennis specific fitness thing. So look, Paul Wolf, serve and volley, and right. I mean, he doesn't know right now. He doesn't know at this point whether he's going to get a volley, a half volley, or maybe a short ball that he can he can put the brakes on and let the ball bounce up and play more of an approach shot. But this is all about balance, right? So you choose. I mean, could he play a volley? He could, but man, I mean, he'd be lunging forward, off balance, upper body leading the way, off balance. And then the geometry is just not great, right? In terms of your down low. And I'm not saying that you're not down low with a half volley, because you are, but the geometry is way better here than it would be if you're lunging forward and trying to volley this thing. Where's it land? Right about, right around the service line, right? So here's the way I think about the half volley. Number one is I'm choosing it because this is Paul, of course, not me, but I'm just talking what I like to do is I'm going to choose it because I get to be on balance, right? And I'm just going to kind of like that baseball thing we were talking about. I'm going to put the glove behind where I think the ball will bounce up into it, to where I can absorb it. And it's just the same thing here with the racket face. Putting the racket face behind where you think contact's going to be made, the ball's going to be bouncing up into it, as opposed to you actually going down into the ball. You're just kind of creating a little backboard, for a momentary backboard right here, and letting the ball get absorbed into the string bed. And from here, just, if it's a little shove forward, I mean, Paul does come up on this ball a little bit, but it's still super flat. It's not like there's underspin, not like there's a lot of topspin. And it allows him still to move forward and challenge the pass, right? And that's what we've been talking about the last few days with serve and volley. And we watched Paul the last couple of days as well, is that your job here is to force this guy to thread the needle up the line. If he can go, a foot or two up the line, great, man. That's cool. If you can somehow roll this little baby over cross court, roll this little baby. Okay. Roll this thing cross court, short angle. Good for you. Outstanding. Maybe you can pull off the highlight film topspin backhand lob winner. Okay. I just don't see that as a possibility. I mean, my shot choice here would be, I would probably take it and just try to go soft and low down, or slow and low, I should say, down into Paul's feet, right? Make him volley up again or play a ball that does a couple things. Number one is it allows you, if you're the guy on the other side, to be able to buy a little time to get out of this position, but also create some geometry that's tough for Paul, and instead up the line. And we saw Paul yesterday on the other side of the court make this great volley cross court. Now, look, all you got to do. Yeah. I mean, how easy does he make this look? Gosh darn it. Look, one thing with this volley is you've got to be thinking all that you've got to do is get the racket head around, I say the outside of the ball, around the right side of the ball, right? Let's call it 3 o'clock in the face of a clock, around the outside so that you naturally play it over there, right? I see too many times where players try to kind of get the back of the ball and sort of push it over there. Just get the tip of the racket around that right side, and the ball's going to get absorbed again into the string bed, and there's hardly any stroke technique required, right? So there you have it. Hope this makes sense. Yeah, Mark, you should be impressed, man. I mean, you're talking about the great Tom Smith. Paul's opponent has good backhand passing shots. I'm impressed. Yeah, well, they're good if I'm just telling you that I mean, we saw one of them with the backhand pass before a couple episodes ago, but this is threading the needle, and if you don't absolutely, I mean, is Paul guessing on this? Maybe, or maybe Paul's starting to read something about Tom's backhand that just lets him know that that's probably the shot he's going to play. I don't know. But anyway, there you have it. Look, hope today's episode has been helpful. Please like it if you did. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well. And look, the Tennis Mindset Project, which is my course put together. There's 5 mindset skill habits I put together that really have been the missing piece for me over the last 15 months. And I think what I'm saying here, the big difference between a practice match where we feel pretty comfortable and a real match is stress. And it's just a different level of stress. I think anytime we play, when we compete, unless you don't care, I mean, look, we all care, right? We all want to win. So I think when you do that, there's a minimal level of stress involved in that. Maybe it's good. Maybe it creates more alertness that we get in a practice match. But once we get into the real deal, I think we take that stress level up to a spot where it's not helpful. And I think it creates a lot of anxiety in terms of how do you want to start the next point. A lot of times it's, hey, I've got to start the next point by winning it. Got to hit a big serve in there so it doesn't come back. Or if it does come back, I got to ding it. This whole thing about serve +1, totally misunderstood. I think way too often it's serve, okay, it's going to come back. And whatever comes back, we're going for a corner. We're going big. And that's not the way to think about serve +1. 1. Serve plus 1 is only, the plus 1 part is only if conditioned upon you get just a juicy opportunity to go for it. If you don't, then you got to stay in the point. And a lot of times in the matches for the real deal, we don't stay in the point because we want to get out of it. We want to win it so badly that we're looking for, well, what can I do to end the point where the guy won't touch it over there? Or at least if he touches it, it probably won't come back. And that's where we start to make a whole bunch of unforced errors. That's a level of stress that I want to teach you how to control. And you can do that in this course, five mindset skills, habit training. There's a link down below that will take you to the course, or at least will take you to the info page, and you can get signed up for it right there. Guys, hope this has been helpful today. And yet, just a quick reminder for this afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, the biggest mental mistake I used to make that held me back. I've overcome it. I've overcome that big mental hurdle. I want to show you what it is. At least I want to describe to you what it is. And maybe you can relate. And then I'm going to tell you what I've done instead, which has really been helpful to me. All right, guys, that's it. Look, any comments, questions, remarks, questions? I've already said that. Down below in the comments area or the chat area, wherever you are, let me know. Love to read that and respond to you. And then look, if you want to keep it private, no sweat, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And we can do a one-on-one personal exchange email-wise. And there you go. All right, guys, time for us all to get out there today. Help. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Help someone else have a great day, guys. See you again next time.